right, ma'am. All right. I really started seriously posting on this channel in May last year, and I was kind of thinking about my journey over the past year with YouTube, because I go back and watch videos that I released around this time last year, and I kind of cringe. I don't. I'm like, you go girl, because everyone has to start somewhere. But I feel like if you watch those videos from back then and you kind of watch me to now, you can really see the confidence progression almost, which everyone gets, right? Like, I feel like every video I put out, it just gets a little bit better and a little bit better. At least I feel that way. I don't know if you guys do. Anyway, long-winded way of saying, I reflected back on how I was doing my makeup back then to how I'm doing it now, and I realized there are a lot of changes and a lot of products that I used to use every single day without fail back then that I kind of don't even talk about or reach for at all anymore. So what I wanted to do was a full face of makeup that a year or a year and a half ago I was wearing every single day without fail, and how do I feel about those products now? Hopefully that all makes sense, and hopefully it sounds enjoyable to you. If it does, let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share it around the socials. We're just on our way to 2,000. Who are we? Who are we? All right, let's get started. So I've gone off camera and I've done this eye, and like obviously brows and face and all that I'm done. We'll do that afterwards. Now let's get started on this eye. So the palette that I chose to use today was the Tati Beauty palette. When I saw Tati return, I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot about her freaking palette. I stopped kind of using it because I was doing YouTube again and kind of focusing on new releases, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, what about all the other makeup that I freaking used to use? Like, what happened to that? I just kind of transitioned out of it and never looked back. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna recreate this eye. I'll give you guys my updated thoughts as I go along, all of that jazz. You know how it goes. Starting off, I'm taking a mixture of these two shades right here on my Delium tool. So I'm just tapping into each of them, and that's pretty much it. I've primed my eye with my NARS primer. That's what I'm trying to spit out there as well already. Let me bring my mirror closer so I can see. Okay, so I'm just gonna run this through the crease just really softly. I want to start, the thing about Tati's mattes that I completely forgot about was they are pigmented. Like, there's just wham bam thank you ma'am pigmentation behind them. So you just need to start slow with her mattes and build them up really slowly. That's why I mix in that like really light shade. What's it called? Aura. That's why I mix in Aura with Soothe. Just to kind of really softly build. Now I'm going into my Sephora angled brush, and I am picking up this matte black right here. And honestly, love or hate Tati, her matte black is the blackest eyeshadow I have ever used. Even over Pat McGrath, I have to admit that it is black. Now I'm just gonna get all up in my mirror so that I can try and match this portion right here. Just take your time, do your eyes first so that you can just really play around with this and get it right. And you can just, like, if you do your eyes first, you can just kind of wipe it off if you get fallout, or if you're like, oh, screwed that up, like got that shape wrong, that kind of a thing. And it never ever looks the same, but hopefully we can get kind of close. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking a mix of this color and this color right here on a really small tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend out this line right here. Okay, so now I'm taking my Luna Beauty shader brush, and I am going into this metallic color right here. Now I've also wet my brush for this part, and what you want to do is just strategically place this wherever there's like not the black kind of thing. And I will say, I don't personally think that Tati's metallic formula was her strength in this palette. I think that her mattes were 100% flawless. Like, I think they were really, really good. But I think the metallics and even those glitter shades, to be completely honest with you, they're just okay. They're not brilliant. They're just okay. Like, they're no pat. You know what I'm saying? They're no pat. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just picking up a small flat brush, and I'm just going into the glitter, which like on the Soothe line. And I'm just going to tap that over the lid here. And I have to admit, I don't I don't love this formula. I don't love glitter, I've got to be honest. It's not that I don't love what glitter looks like on the eyes. I just don't love glitter, like all of the fallout of the glitter. Like how it goes into every, like, it's all of a sudden you're finding glitter on your body and like your face for 7 weeks after using it, and just the removal of it all. And it's just all quite hard work, and I don't really want that in my makeup. So I would rather use gems on my eyes than use glitter, if I'm being completely honest with you, because with a gem you can put it on with lash glue and then you just take it off and it's off. You're not finding it in like pores for 7 other weeks afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we've got the foundation of the eye look down, and we're gonna move on to face now. So I've just tried to wipe as much of that freaking glitter off my face as I possibly could, and I've just put some skincare on, but honestly I just have glitter freaking everywhere. Now back in the day, I didn't use primer. I did not use primer. I didn't feel like I had the need. So I'm still going to use primer today. I'm going to use my Milk, but just know that if we were like talking to this time last year teens, she wouldn't have used any primer. She would have been like, no, thank you. No, thank you, ma'am. So the foundation that I used without fail, I reckon I've gone through about 3 bottles of this in my time. I'm not kidding. Every single day I use this foundation. NYX, can't stop, won't stop, baby. I used it every day without fail, and I don't reckon I've touched it in a year. So we're going to take this on my sponge. To be fair, I used to love this because it's so matte. It is the most matte foundation, and it really controlled. My skin was a lot oilier like a year ago than even what it is now. So like, you know, it's more combo now, but back then it used to proper be oily, and it would really just keep everything, all the oils at bay throughout the whole day. So it was a great foundation for that. But then when my skin started getting just like matte, like more combo normal, it really stopped working as well. So the foundation's all blended out, and the one thing that I will give this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop is it is extremely lightweight feeling on the skin. Extremely lightweight feeling. There's still so much glitter. There's still so much glitter. Stop it. Stop it. But the other thing I was going to say about this foundation is it's dried down. Like I probably don't even need to powder my face, to be completely honest with you. I'll probably just do a light dusting, which you know is so odd for me because this is dried down. No tack. It's dried down. It's not going to budge. Do not go in over the top of this with a lot of cream products. You will rue the day. You will rue the day. Okay, let's move on to concealer. Now, the concealer that I was using pretty much every single day, there was 2. There was this one, which is the Covergirl Trublend concealer. This was probably more like last year, like start of last year that I discovered this. But previous to that, it was the Cover FX Power Play Concealer mixed with the Tarte Shape Tape. But I don't have the Cover FX one anymore. It's run out and I didn't repurchase it. So this is probably the other combination that I 100% was using. So I'm just going to quickly blend this out because I don't know how this is going to go over the foundation, to be honest. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, I need to pick up these concealers again though. Wow, they look lovely and very full coverage. Okay, ma'am. Wow, I don't even need to go in with another layer of those, and I'm telling you, you know, well, you probably don't know, but I always do 2 layers of concealer, sometimes 3, and I don't feel like I even need to do. Damn, CoverGirl, I forgot how much I like this concealer. All right, ma'am. All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to powder now. Now, like I said, I wouldn't have used really a cream contour or bronzer product on this foundation. So if I was wearing this foundation, I wasn't wearing a cream product. So the powders that I used to use without fail every day, if anyone used to watch my Project Pants, I'm still going on this, but I have stopped using it. It is nearly out though, you guys. Nearly. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's not got a lot left in it. By the way, this is the Fenty Beauty Lavender powder and the Maybelline Fit Me Powder, but actually the real powder that I used every day was the Milk Makeup Blur powder, but you still can't get that in Australia, so you know, whatever. We even have Milk makeup now, but they haven't brought out the whole line because they wanted to test how it would go. How do you think it's going to go, guys? Australians just want all of the makeup too, you know. We're not different to the rest of the... And don't get me started on that rant, you guys. Okay, so what I would have used to have done with this Fenty Beauty Lavender powder, I used to always set my under eyes with this. I've always been extra and used 2 powders on my face, don't you worry. But what I would have done is use the powder puff, and I would have picked up a crap load of powder and really pushed it in my under eyes, and if I did that now, you guys, that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is put it on my brush and then actually really work the product in, and I'm going to set so lightly in my T-zone because it's not going to go well with how matte this foundation is. I really need to get my brows on. I just feel like I look like an absolute lunatic. I do. Okay, so we're going to take the Maybelline Fit Me Powder on the rest of my face. And again, I would have actually used a powder puff, but I don't need to push powder into this skin right now. It's set, okay? But I'm doing this because this is what I would have used to have done. We are set where our face is very matte. I don't like the Fenty Beauty Lavender powder anymore. I used to love it. I used to think it was the bee's knees. And now it is so drying on my under eyes. Like, my under eyes actually didn't look bad with that color Covergirl concealer, sorry, but they look bad pretty now. Like, they might not look as bad on camera, but in real life, if you see me, they look like they need to be just like all of the like eye cream in the world needs to go on them. They look like the desert. They really do. The rest of my face looks okay. I actually look like I have no pores because the products are so drying that my pores have just gone help. So anyway, I'm not mad about that, but I just don't feel like I look super healthy, that's all. Anyway, let's carry on. Now, the bronzer that I would have used would have either have been the Thrive Cosmetics Blur Bronzer. I use that a lot. The other bronzer that I was using was the Cover FX Bronzing Duo. And I got this because stupid Australia, again, didn't bring out the blushes for a very, very long time, but for some reason brought out the Bronzing Duo. Anyway, so I was like, I really want this because I really wanted the blushes. This isn't that great, but I was determined to make it work for me because it was in a year where I wasn't really doing YouTube or anything. So if I purchased makeup, I really wanted to use it. I also would have used this Duo Fiber brush with it. And what I would have done was this bronzing powder is super pigmented. So I would have like mixed them together and then really tapped off the excess because you need a really, really light touch with it. I don't like this brush. Okay, I can't use the brush. Can't do it anymore. I gotta go back to my off one. There we go. Oh, thank the Lord. Okay, so that's bronzer. Now, the bronzer's not super bad. I didn't like it when I first got it, and then the more I used it, the more I liked it. It's actually not a bad product at all. It's actually quite nice, and it does leave a nice natural finish on the skin. So, like, I think if you were to pick it up, I think they still sell it. Like, I think you might. It's like, it's not the best bronzer. I probably wouldn't recommend picking it up, to be honest. Just leave it. Now, what is this video? Now, the highlighter that I would have used every single day, I didn't really have many highlighters. I don't know why, I just didn't. I had this one and Champagne Pop until my Champagne Pop smashed. But this one I would have used nearly every day. So this is the Fenty Beauty Killawatt highlighter in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. You can actually see this is the only highlighter I have ever owned that has hit pan. That is actually pan under there. So I definitely use and like this highlighter. I still use it because I want to finish it. Like, imagine the satisfaction of finishing an actual highlighter. Who can say they've done that? I wonder if anyone, well, there'll definitely be people out there that have used a highlighter, but like to its completion. But how many like proper makeup lovers that buy a lot of makeup have actually used a whole highlighter? Let me know if you have. That would be fascinating. For blush, I would have used this, which you can't buy anymore, and I actually don't know why they discontinued this because honestly, this is a great freaking product. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Kit, and this is in the color Radiant. And what I would have done was I would have mixed these two shades together, and I would have just popped this. I think it's pretty much, like, I've had this for a while, so I think it's nearly lost all its pigmentation now, but back in the day, it was actually a great product. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my setting spray, which I would have done, and I actually probably would have used something like the NYX Dewy setting spray. Actually, I'm lying. I 100% would have used the Morphe Continuous setting spray. It is actually my favorite setting spray, but I refuse to support that brand now, so NYX it is. So surprise, I just went quickly off camera and finished my lower lash line and my lashes. So I didn't have, like, I would have used the Essence Lash Princess, the purple mascara probably back in the day, or the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara was another one that I used to love, and I don't have those at the moment. So I just went and put my Kosas Big Clean one on, which is my fave, and then I just did my lower lash line. I just put connected the black shadow on the outer corner here, put the Soothe color, just like smoked it out underneath there, and then I just put the metallic aura shade on my inner corner. So nothing, you know, revolutionary or anything like that, but I just thought I would save a bit of time for us and quickly go and do that off camera, because I do my lower lash line most of the time all of the same way, so you know, I feel like you guys will be bored. Now back in the day, hands down without fail, the lipstick that I would have used, it's the only lipstick I've ever used an actual full tube of, is the Morphe Court lipstick. That was the color Court. Like I think I've already said in this video, I don't support them anymore at all. So the actual dupe that I found, now it's not a dupe in terms of price because it's not cheaper than that, but the shade dupe I found is the Huda Beauty Baby Face, like the cream lipsticks that she's just released. So I'm actually just going to pop this on. I would have actually used the Lip Heroes lip pencil. This is just in the color Nude For You. Lip Heroes is just an Australian lip brand, if you're wondering, by the way. Now I'm just going to put Baby Face all over my lips. I always feel so self-conscious putting my lipstick on videos. I know I have like bigger lips, like they're naturally like that. But they're also not like, you know, like people's lip filler lips, they just like sit like perky out. When you see those like influencers that have lip filler, they're just like really beautifully putting on their lipstick, and I feel like I'm like, you know, and I just feel self-conscious about it. Probably doesn't help that I just made that face on camera for you guys, but you know, whatever. All right, you guys, this is the finished makeup look. Honestly, I think the makeup look turned out beautifully. Like, I really think my skin looks no joke filtered. Is it dry like the desert to the point where it actually is pulling? It is. It is. I actually finally feel like for the first time in my life, I have an understanding of what dry skin people are talking about and why they complain so much about it. I get it. I get it. It almost hurts. But in saying that, the makeup looks really good. Now, are these products something like things that I would reach for on the everyday again? No, they're not. Like the foundation, if you have oily skin, I am telling you right now, and you haven't tried that foundation, go and get it, because I do know it is a great foundation if you really are going through an oily stage with your skin. It really is. The bronzer is a nice bronzer. Again, I don't think I recommend running out and purchasing any of these products in particular, but more so maybe if you do have them in your collection, just a reminder to maybe pick them up and use them again like I needed. I didn't realize how much my makeup had kind of like style had changed so much over the last year, which is, it's nice. It's nice that things change, you know? Anyway. What a little rant there. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. What are some products to you that were like your everyday holy grails and you're just like, what happened to that product? And do I still like it? What are some of those products for you? I'd be very interested to know. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you so much if you are watching to this point. I truly, truly appreciate you. I hope that you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.